My speech today is about cell phones, as you can see from my lovely visual aid right here. In order to truly understand the cell phone, we must first learn their history. So I'm going to first talk to you guys about the history of the cell phone. The concept of the cell phone was first developed in 1947, and the very first person to invent the cell phone was Dr. Barton Cooper from the Motorola Company. And now a lot of people know this, and I didn't know this until I did my research, is that the STC was responsible for when the cell phone was released to the public. Moving on, I want to talk to you guys about brands of cell phones. As you can see, I have the BlackBerry and the LG on here. Those are two of the main ones I'm going to be discussing. The first one is the LG, and the company was established in 1947 in the country of Korea. I thought that was a really cool tidbit. I learned that when I did my research. And the company name was Lucky Gold Star, which is pretty cool to know too. Next, I want to talk to you guys about the BlackBerry. It's very recent and very popular. A lot of the younger generation really like the BlackBerry. I personally don't have one, but I think they're cool. They were created in Waterloo, Ontario, by Research in Motion, and in the beginning there were three types of BlackBerries. The first one was the 8800, and then after that came the BlackBerry Curve, which a lot of people, know about that one, and the Pearl. And finally, I want to talk to you guys about the Motorola. The Motorola Company was established in Chicago, Illinois in 1928, and they first actually brought out car radios. They didn't even make cell phones, which I thought was really cool too. And on September 21st, 1983, that was when the FCC approved the Dynatec 8000X cell phone, which a lot of you guys know from the 80s. Those cell phones were really funny looking with the little antennas on the top. I thought and they were so big and bulky. I don't think I would have wanted a phone like that. And finally, I want to talk to you guys about the features of a cell phone. They have so many high-tech stuff that they can do now, which I think is really cool. One of the things, and I know I love, is texting. I text way more than I probably should, but it's really cool, and it's the fastest way to communicate, which I know makes no sense. You would think that, just picking up the phone and calling somebody would make more sense, but no. The first text message was sent from an Edward Lance who worked for NASA in 1989. Kind of makes you wonder what was in that text message. Next, I want to talk to you guys about picture messaging. Picture messaging, I think, is a really good feature to have because you can send pictures, like grandparents who don't necessarily get to see their grandkids all the time. You can take a picture and send it to them. It was developed in the early 2000s and was first popular in Europe and in Asia. It didn't become popular until the year 2002 in the U.S. and the States. I thought that was pretty cool. And it seems like, all the bigger countries all the other countries are more up on technology than we are. Next, many phones nowadays you can search the web. I think that would be a really nice, thing to have because you can, it's good for people who don't necessarily have access to a computer. So that's really good. And say you're watching like Food Network and your favorite chef features a recipe, and if you don't have a computer, you can just go to your phone and just look for the recipe there. So I think that's really neat. And it's good for people on the go. And finally, the voicemail and the caller ID. I know they're not really like the biggest thing like the web and the texting, but I like voicemail because you can, if you don't get a hold of somebody, if they don't answer their phone, you can leave a voicemail, which is really cool. And the caller ID is really great because you get to know who's calling you, and not to sound negative, but that feature is really great because you can pick and choose who you can answer your phone to. In conclusion, I want to say thank you guys for coming and listening to my speech. I hope you learned a lot about cell phones. I know I learned a lot of things that I didn't know until I did my research. So, thank you and have a great